Hey everybody, welcome to Dave's Decisions. We got a little different format than normal happening. You may see another person on this side. I don't want to see if it's left or right because I don't know if it's being mirrored or what. This is a brand new format. And my buddy Jule coming in from Washington, D.C. area.
Yeah, right outside.
Right outside. Awesome. He's going to review a beer and then I'm going to review a beer and we're going to see how this goes. So first off, what's happening? How have you been?
Oh, same old, same old. I went from graduate school at U of A, where I know you from, to graduate school at University of Maryland. So pretty much the same formula, different school, much
And
different weather.
also a whole new range of beers to enjoy on the East Coast.
Absolutely.
So may I ask what you're going to be having today?
Today, I'm going to be having the Dragon's Milk from New Holland. As you can see, it's a nice solid 11%. That is because it is a barrel-aged stout.
Awesome. What is the picture? Is that a dragon on the front?
Yeah, it's a white dragon on the front.
Cool. I always like to look at the artwork.
I picked it because it had a dragon and it sounded really cool. I won't lie.
Nice. I approve completely. Cool. So go ahead and crack it on open and let's see what you think of it.
I will. We'll see if the sound comes through.
Very nice. Very nice.
Here goes nothing. Ooh. Oh, I love stouts. There's only one thing I love more than stouts. Bourbon barrel-aged stouts.
Nice. Nice. So you said it's a very high percentage, 11.1 you said?
It's 11 on the dot.
Oh, 11 on the dot. And is it very overpowering? Like I've noticed sometimes, especially with stouts, porters, when it has that high alcohol percentage, you almost get that
liquor taste.
What was that?
I said liquor taste.
Yeah. It can be a little overpowering. Is that how this one is, or how would you describe it?
Based on one sip alone, it was not at all. It tasted super chocolatey and caramely, and like you could taste a little bit of the overpowering bourbony flavor right at the end. But I wouldn't. It's something that I could have more than just a sip and not want to spit it up, kind of thing.
Good. Well, what we're going to do is let you drink that and kind of mentally break it down. And I'm going to start on reviewing my beer and then we'll go back to you and see how it is. So I got the exact opposite beer. This beer is coming in at 3.3%. So we got complete opposite ends of the spectrum here. I know nothing about this beer. I picked it up the other day. It's Raspberry Voices. It's a sour ale with Black Tea and Raspberry. It's coming out of Destination Unknown Beer Company in Bay Shore, New York. So there's the can. So I just really laughed.
It sounds good.
I just laughed. Yours is 11%. I'm at 3.3. All right. So right off the bat, the nose is very light, very light. You can definitely smell the raspberry. Not much sourness to it, though. Oh, that is very light. You can tell this is 3.3%. It's this beer, I have to say it, it reminds me of a bunch of, no offense to sorority girls, but I think a bunch of sorority girls laying by the poolside drinking this is right up the alley. Maybe you would see this being served and consumed at the country club. With that being said, it's absolutely delicious. Very light, very refreshing. You would want to have this if, when the temperature is really hot out, you don't want a heavy beer like some people over there have.
Hey, it's still kind of cool over here, so.
Yeah, what was the high today you said?
Today it got to 72, but it is supposed to be raining and in the 50s tomorrow. So
Sheesh. We here in the TUC, the TUC, the old Pueblo, the dirty T, we're already hitting triple digits, high 90s, low 100s. So this is perfect for me. Uh, so I'm gonna go ahead and start to get this poured. And now that you've had a chance to drink a
I
little more, and you can let us know what's happening with your
I
beer.
followed suit and poured, and I just want to say this is officially the darkest beer that you have had on review. You cannot even begin to see through it. It is as dark as the night. The smell is a lot less overpowering than it was in the bottle, that's for sure.
Did the flavor profile change between the bottle and the glass?
It absolutely did. It became a little more overpowering with the bourbon taste. I'm not gonna lie at all.
Do you find that to be more of a positive or a negative? Do you enjoy that bourbon taste?
I'll know after this sip.
Okay.
So I think it's a plus and a minus. If you want a bourbon barrel aged stout, it's great. It's great to have that bourbon flavor in it because I really like it. But if I'm not in the mood for any sort of bourbon flavor, I would not enjoy this at all because it still does have that little bit of overpowering. It's not as chocolatey and caramely and malty as a stout normally was, or that first sip was.
Gotcha. So I guess we can't call it Dave's decision because, well, you're not Dave. So we need a Jule decision here. And don't forget, you got to give it 2 ratings: 1 in the bottle, 2 in the glass. And you can use whatever method you want. You can borrow my weird hand. You could use a scale fingers, however you want to do it. No pressure, but you get to give us the actual number projection of however you want. Oh, I think we have a slight problem. There we go. You back?
Hey, there we go. Yes.
Okay, sorry about that, folks.
It was probably my fault because my computer is now saying your internet connection was unstable. So I apologize.
Oh, no worries. But go ahead and however you want to give us your rating, your decision, go for it.
So I will borrow your gladiator thumb. In the bottle, first sip, I think I would go. It's definitely going to be above 50 because I'm a sucker for stouts, as you know. Pretty much anytime we've ever had a beer together, it's an IPA or a stout for me, which is very much the opposite of your taste, which is why we're great drinking buddies. Out of the bottle, I'm going to go right about there. And you can convert the percentage because you're used to doing the thumb.
I'm going to say that looks like maybe about an 80.
That looks about right, yeah.
Cool, 80. Don't you love how specific and scientific it is?
I mean, that's what we got our degrees in, right?
Oh, okay. And then in the glass?
In the glass, I'm actually gonna go a little bit lower, and if that was an 80, this is probably more like a 72 to 4-ish.
Okay, let's split the difference, call it 73. I love it. So I went ahead and got this poured, and I gotta tell you, I'm kind of in love with it. It makes me want to go hang out with the sorority girls by the pool.
Well, it is 100 degrees, so it makes sense.
This is absolutely refreshing beyond belief. I don't even want to think of it as a beer. It's almost more like like a wine spritzer or one of those hard waters. It's absolutely delicious. If I'm going to a pool party, I'm buying a boatload of these to take. It is going to be an absolute hit. You know, for being a 3.3% beer. The decision on it, I'm not going to lie, it's going to be much higher than I would have anticipated. In the can, let's put that at about 77. In the glass, you could laugh. That's going to be a solid 90.
Nice.
Forget White Claw. Forget all of that stuff. This is amazing.
Well, and like you said, you would need to get a boatload of them, and that's because it's a 3.3, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the color, even the color is beautiful. This was built, absolutely built for pull time. I mean, anybody out there who tells me you can't find a good 3.3% beer, try this. You will be amazed. So with that being said, this was awesome. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's, hopefully the audience is going to give us a thumbs up, a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff, and they can give us some feedback. Do you like having the guest reviewers? Do you like the format? It's our first time doing it. I enjoyed it greatly, and I could see this happening more often. So,
it's a great reason to drink with friends, right?
Exactly. Especially during the quarantine time, if you can't hang out with your friends, especially if they're on the other side of the country. I wish I could reach through.
We're giving a virtual hug.
Well, thank you so much for joining, everybody. I appreciate you stopping by to watch the video, and see you guys later. Cheers.
Cheers.